Knight and the Five Little People, featuring Professor Steve Knight and Rachel Morehouse. Once upon a time, there was a beautiful princess named Steve Knight. One day, Steve Knight decided to take a walk in the woods. As she wandered along the path, Steve Knight saw a deer, a bluebird, a squirrel, a chipmunk, a rabbit, and a raccoon. Steve Knight was so busy looking at the animals that she forgot to pay attention to where she was going. Suddenly, Steve Knight realized she was lost. Just as Steve Knight was beginning to feel afraid, she found a cottage with an apple tree outside. Steve Knight had been walking in the woods for a long time, and she was hungry and thirsty. She decided to knock on the door to the cottage. But nobody answered the door. Steve decided to sit on the bench outside and eat an apple from the tree while she waited for the owners of the cottage to return. After a little while, five little people walked up to the cottage singing a happy song.
Hi ho, hi ho, it's home from work we go. Hey guys, there's a girl sitting on our bench.
Hello there, little people. Is this your cottage? I'm Steve Knight, by the way.
It's nice to meet you, Steve. I'm happy. I'm sad.
I'm sleepy.
I'm confused. All the little people turned to look at the last little person who had not introduced himself yet.
I don't like talking to strangers. Fine, I'm angry.
Well, it's very nice to meet you all. I got lost in the woods and I can't remember how to get home to my castle. I hope you don't mind, but I ate one of your apples while I was waiting here. I'm also very thirsty. May I please have a glass of water?
Of course, come on inside.
Thank you so much. If only there was something I could do for all of you to thank you for your kindness.
Well, if you're offering, I'd love some apple pie.
I would be happy to help you make an apple pie. After we've eaten, would you mind helping me find my way home?
Yay, apple pie is my favorite. And we would be happy to help you find your way home.
Steve Knight and the 5 little people went to work picking apples from the tree for the pie. Then they went inside and got to work on mixing the ingredients and putting the pie together. Steve Knight started cutting one of the apples into slices for the inside of the pie.
Hey, there's a worm in my apple.
Oh no! We almost ate a worm! Yuck!
It's okay. We will just put the worm back outside where he belongs and pick another apple instead.
Steve Knight and the 5 little people put the worm back outside and finished making and baking the pie.
Wow, this pie's delicious. Thanks, Steve, for your help.
Yum.
You are very welcome, and you are right. This pie is tasty. Steve Knight and the five little people finished eating and then worked together to wash the dishes.
I'm going to take a nap now.
Sleepy went to sleep on the table.
Don't worry, Steve Knight. The rest of us will walk you back to your castle.
Watch next week to find out if Steve Knight makes it home safely.